Hey you guys, it's Dustin again coming at you with another review, more or less on a new one I got. This house has been putting out some really good quality fragrances, and it's a Middle Eastern house. They do a lot of different clones, they do a lot of different inspired buys, they do a lot of kind of their own thing too. Now this one is no exception. Now this is Qaed fursan by Lattafa. Look at that bottle, it's just gorgeous. Now, what I love about this, unlike a lot of some of the Middle Eastern stuffs, even with Lattafa, this one, magnetic cap. Listen to that. Really good cap. I still wouldn't trust just picking it up by the cap along with anything. You just never know if it's going to be that one time that cap decides to wear out on you. Now, this one, to me, I get pineapple. I get like a juicy pineapple, but on Fragrantica, that's not what it's going to list. It's going to list the top notes of wild berry and apple, birch tar, and woody notes and bergamot in the top. Now, for me, could be that apple mixing with the berries to give it kind of a pineapple note, but off the atomizer, you're gonna get a little alcohol-y. To me, that's what I get. But you do get a good amount of the pineapple note. Now, I sprayed this on my left hand about an hour ago to get the dry down. Now, on initial spray, you're gonna get that pineapple straight away. And you're gonna get kind of a slight vanilla and woody, almost like a patchouli wrapped around that. And I don't get much of the bergamot, really. Now the birch, usually to me, when I smell birch, it gives off a smoky note. And I'm not getting too much of that in here. Now, as the mid shows lots of woodsy notes, and this is where your florals are gonna be. It says floral notes, which is kind of vague. Rose, jasmine, and patchouli. Now, as this starts to dry down, I don't get a whole lot of rose. It's very subtle, but I get a good amount of jasmine. That almost like this just comes to mind, but like when you go to a Thai restaurant and you get the jasmine tea, the Thai tea, that's a jasmine tea. It's a very subtle kind of watery jasmine. And I like that about it. It's not overpowering, and it still mixes in with that pineapple very well. And in the base, you get musk, ambergris, oak moss, and vanilla. Now, I do pick up on the oak moss as it dries down a little bit more, and it does have a slight musk and the vanilla. Now, for me, on skin, I get right about 5-6 hours. And for me, I have really dry skin, so that's pretty good. In Oregon right now, it's kind of in the 40s, so it's not super, it's cool, but it's not freezing yet. But based on these notes, I would say this wouldn't be something you'd want to wear on really cool days, because of most of those fruit and the floral notes. Those tend to have a little bit more staying power in the heat. Now, this is something that a lot of people claim is Lattafa's version of an Aventus clone. Now, it could be just because of the amount of pineapple you get, but to me, when it comes to Aventus, just on the little sample I've had, you do get the pineapple, but you don't get much of the bergamot. You don't get much of the birch tar or anything like that. So I guess people could say they get the comparison based on the pineapple note, but I think this is kind of doing its own thing, personally. Now, as far as price, you can get a bottle of this in the mid-20s, I believe, on Amazon for 100 ml, and it's a EDP concentration. Now, I would say this is going to be best for spring and summer. Now, or if you want a good date night, like you want to wear a freshie on a date night during the cool months, I think you would be best to do this for like going to a restaurant or going out to like a movie or something, because it's going to be relatively short-lived in the cooler weather. Now, as far as performance, I got this in the middle of November, or about mid-November, so I don't think the performance is what it could be, but still 5-6 hours in the cooler weather. And this was in my apartment here in Oregon, and I got 5-6 hours on skin. But I'm gonna try wearing it today to work to see how it fares. But just based on that, I'm gonna give it kind of average, about a 7. Now, as far as versatility, this might come across as a little bit too playful for a dressed up fragrance, but for a casual fragrance, it's gonna be good for just going out, hanging out with your friends. It's gonna be good for that. So again, it's gonna be about a 7. And also, for me, the value, it's a good value for the price. I mean, you're getting a magnetic cap on a fragrance, and it's a I think it's a good, well-rounded fragrance. It fits a specific area for summertime and spring, and but I think overall this is 7 out of 10 fragrance. I'm glad I have it. It's gonna fit the bill for what I'm gonna use it for. So yeah, this is my review on Qaed fursan by Lattafa. Go check it out. Get yourself a bottle, and again, it's at least whatever you're gonna do, at least smell good doing it. So talk to you guys later.